post about Cardi B. She said she wanted to get her son's name tatted on her face. So what do y'all think about face tattoos?
Oh, it's a no for me.
It's a no for me.
I don't know.
I mean, I would say the answer is no, but I was listening to this guy. His name is Derek Grace. He is a celebrity-ish. I don't remember what he does, but I saw him on a podcast that I watch regularly. And so he has a face tattoo. And what he said was that he got a face tattoo to ensure he would never get a 9-to-5 job, to force him to find a living, to do something outside of this whole routine of 9-to-5 every day. And he is like writing books, he's making money, he's doing all these things. So I think it can be a good thing depending on the person. If their intention is not to get, the standard job and to do something outside the norm, then somebody like that, it can work. But if you are more corporate minded and want to get into the corporate world and work up the ladder, then no, it's not going to work for you. I think it's going to depend on the person and what you're wanting.
And I get that, like that's a good perspective he had. But I'm like, you could have found the motivation somewhere. Like, I don't want to work either, but I'm not gonna go get a face tattoo. But I guess for me, I'm just not a tattoo person at all. Like, some people like the sleeve, the leg, like that's not me. I don't like that. Like, so, I got a couple of pieces, that's it.
So I do have a couple of tattoos, but I always said, well, make sure you get them in a place that you can cover them up so that, depending on the type of job you have, it's not like attracting attention. But on my face, again, I think it's just a personal preference. I don't want nobody's tattoo on my face. I don't think so.
Me personally, I want to get a face tattoo. Like what my mom just said, like the example that guy gave, like yes, like that's where I'm at, because it's kind of like, even if I try to go back to corporate America, it's kind of like that's gonna push me to work on my business. That's gonna push me to never work at corporate America again, because that's something that I never want to do ever. Like I'm so tired of it. I don't want to work a 9-to-5. So it's kind of like that's like something good for me. Like that will motivate me, like because I'm gonna continuously get declined, for having the face tattoo. So it's kind of like it's gonna push me to work on my businesses and like get on my feet that way.
True, but you kind of have to be careful with that too. Depending on what your business is, you still have to have customers or clients buying from you. And just like a 9-to-5 can be like, nah, I'm not going with that person because I got a face tattoo. They can be like that too, because you might put your bio or something like that.
I mean, I'm not really worried about them because I don't care what nobody thinks, to be honest. Like for instance, like if I'm making my own business, the customers that basically what I need will come to me. The people I need will come to me and they will support me and not see an issue with it. If you have an issue with it, you don't got to support me. And it's kind of like, I'm not here to partner with people. That's not even what I'm here for. So it really don't matter what other people think, to be honest.
But would you be getting the tattoo because you actually like the style, or are you getting it to, like you said, for motivation to not put yourself into a 9-to-5 no matter what?
No, I actually want one.
You do like them? Okay.
Where do you want it at? What do you want?
I want it like right here. I'm not sure yet. That's why I ain't got none yet, but I want it like right here. Or I was thinking about getting one right here, which is not too bad, but I did like kind of want one right here though.
But you have to think about it as well. And not being a negative Nancy, I guess my mind kind of look at all different options. But I'm thinking like, okay, you starting a business, you have to have investors as well. You might have to go into the banks and stuff. You banking like that? You seem pretty.
It sounds like there's other ways to do it. You don't necessarily, because I think you're thinking of like the old school way where people used to do, but like now there's like tons of ways to get funded for business. So you really don't have to go that way no more.
And so also, nowhere where you have to be like, I guess, speak with anyone else.
And the other thing, when you're 70 years old, are you really gonna want this thing on your face?
I mean, because like why would my mind change because I get old? I feel like I'm still gonna be the same person. And I mean, like if I'm not, like I just get it removed or just covered or something. But it's kind of like I want to be like carefree right now. Like I want to take risks. I want to do what I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's something that I should do, because I used to think like, oh, I want to make sure I have a job. Let me not get no tattoo. That's how I used to think. No piercings. That's why I don't have nothing. But it's kind of like I want to start doing stuff for me. Like it's time to start doing it. I should stop caring about jobs and all that because I don't want to work there no ways. I don't plan on working there.
So could you do all of that without the face tattoo? Like you seem pretty motivated and pretty set on what you want to do and you know how you want to live your life. So could you do that? Because it seemed like you wouldn't need that as a constant reminder to say, hey, you know, I don't want to go to 9 to 5 because your mindset is different. So if your mindset is different, would you need that extra reinforcement?
I wouldn't need it, but you know how like when business owners or whatever go into that, oh, I'm not getting sales right now. What am I going to do? Just in case I get into a phase like that, or if I get discouraged, it's still going to be my motivation. Like, girl, come on, we got to get to it. Like, let's get it together. You know, like, I feel like sometimes we just need that push and that could possibly, you know, be a reminder when I'm down to keep going.
What about a marker? Like, you do a permanent marker.
Or a henna tattoo.
Yeah,
Okay,
there you go.
so
Oh, maybe you should try that at first to see if you like it, a henna, because it'll stay for a little while.
all right. So picking on everybody opinion, you know what I'm saying? Me observing, being the observer. It's like everybody has their own opinion about their body. My thing is I'm a carefree person. I go with the flow. But me personally, a face tattoo. I want one myself. You know what I'm saying? I want a little small one, a real itty bitty small one, like right here, with a heart. And I didn't have like a problem with it due to the point of it, you know what I'm saying? Things going to be, how would I say it? Like a problem in the corporate world because I see a lot of people, especially me being with a military background, I have battles that actually are that has face tattoos, they have neck tattoos. We can't have neck tattoos, can't have face tattoos, but they still pass it. Like the neck tattoo regulation, it could not be past the ear. I want one behind my ears. It's a lot of things that I like tattoo wise. I
But the
wouldn't
one
care.
behind your ear can be covered. Like you have long hair in now, so you wouldn't really see that. But when it's right here, it's a little bit more noticeable.
Like Amber Rose, is it Amber Rose who's got a forehead tattoo?
I think she does.
Yeah. Amber Rose got a forehead tattoo. But Amber Rose is not the only celebrity with face tattoos. It's my favorite artist, Summer Walker. She has it. She has a body full of tattoos.
She has a face tattoo.
She
has a
got
face tattoo.
several.
She
I
has
had to look her
here.
up.
She has a Medusa piercing. That's the piercing that goes through your lip like here. And picking up on a piercing. Why should a lot of people care? Why should corporate America care about piercings? People going to pierce their body regardless. I see people in higher ups with like an eyebrow piercing, a nose piercing. I don't have problems with the nose piercings, like especially the septum or the one that go inside the nostril. The where you doing the most with the piercing is when you pierce your lips on the side, like your derma and all the sternum piercings. That's a no. I say a no. That's where I pause it. But everything else, you shouldn't have an issue with because they don't look bad.
I mean, I guess. Oh, let me say this quickly. I guess for me, when I start seeing people with like a lot of piercings, a lot of tattoos and stuff like that, my question is, what happens to you? Like, you know, what about yourself makes you want to change the appearance of your face? Because it's almost like, you know, like, are you not happy with how you look? Because why do you have to put all of that? Like, I guess it kind of goes back to being natural. Like you want to look natural. Like you don't need all of that.
For one, it's a form of expression. Like I feel like people should be able to do what they want: blue hair, purple hair, rainbow, whatever y'all want to do. I feel like y'all should do it. And two, I honestly feel like corporate America is actually being more open with stuff like that, especially hair color. Like, you know, my job, I would never think to see people with colored hair, but all the time, trainers, CEO, they got colored hair. Like, and I'm just like I feel like at first I was kind of like, why does she have that? But it's kind of like, who cares? Like, it's her body. Like, nobody should care. Like, we need to cut all that. That's not the norm. Like, it's
Yeah,
changing now.
I think the
Uh,
corporate
picking up what Melissa said, I say this a lot. I even tell my friends, why are you worrying about everybody else when you should be worrying about yourself? Be happy with yourself. Understand that we're this new generation, we just doing things out of the norm, but it's our norm, not y'all norm. Y'all live y'all norm. It's time for our norm, how we express ourselves. So my main thing is when people be telling me, well, girl, you know this and that. If they not paying me, it should not be any of my business to be worrying about.
Mm, and I think the business world and the corporate world is changing. And so all the things that we knew growing up and right now is getting ready to be obsolete. Because I was watching Shark Tank and a guy come in talking to millionaires and billionaires, asking for millions of dollars to help with his company. And he has on flip-flops, shorts, and a tank top. And he got the deal because his product and what he was selling was so good. So coming in with a suit on and a tie on and those pantsuits, those days are pretty much gone. Like, might as well say. And so when you were telling Melissa about, what does she need investors, I think if she has a good product and she's selling, and it makes sense, it's not going to matter what's on her face or whatever, because whatever her product and her customer fan base is, if it makes sense, people are gonna invest and buy into it. I think the days of looking one way is almost gone, especially with Melissa and Kay, Denise generation. All those rules we had are like finna be in the Stone Age.
And I think that's
Right.
where a lot of people go wrong as well, is with investors. Once you do that, they can control everything. And that's where people mess up at. You never gonna be able to do what you wanted to do just because you need money for your business. That's why it's really better off to get the money yourself, get a loan, whatever you need to do instead of going through investors, because once you sign that paper, they control your look, they control everything. And it's kind of like, what was the point of you going to them? Like, you got your business, but you can't really be yourself.
That's a good point.
I have a question.
I have a question.
Okay, while you thinking, I have a question for Melissa and Kay Denise. Would y'all date someone who has a big face tattoo?
Not
All
no
right,
big
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first. I don't have an issue with face tattoos. If it say something weird, I'm just gonna be like, okay, all right. But I don't go off appearance. That's my thing. I never do go off appearance. I'm always the personality person. It's what you have on the inside and what you have on the mouth. That's me. So it really depends. I don't care about the tattoos. Yeah, me. It's a yes. As long as there ain't nothing wrong.
And I kind of feel like, for instance, if they had like tattoos like on their neck and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, going down like that, that's different. Like, I really wouldn't mind it, but like all over your face, I wouldn't like that. Like, no, not all over. But I mean,
What's
that's what
the
you want to do.
But
difference?
they expressing themselves.
What they gotta do with me? I don't gotta date them.
Wait a
I
minute.
mean,
Wait a minute.
hey.
Wait a minute. Like y'all was against us getting face tattoos. Y'all was like, well, it's just that they expressing themselves.
Right, but the question
Well,
was, would you date one? So if somebody,
I appearance doesn't matter.
That don't correlate.
Appearance,
What y'all trying to ask? What y'all trying to make
Tracy,
happen is not gonna happen.
Okay. So I feel like we can go on and on with this conversation, right? And that's enough of minding someone else's business.